The FA Cup, where every legend starts local. It's where dreams are made, giants are humbled, and pubs up and down the country suddenly become tactical war rooms. But what if you could follow that magic all the way from the beginning when it's at park level? This is what this video is all about. From rain-soaked park, from seaside towns, all the way to the hallowed turf of Wembley Stadium. For more on the actual rules of Park to Wembley, make sure you watch our first video on the channel. That's got all of the rules. But what we've done for today's video is we've picked 10 clubs from across the country. And these aren't just any clubs, minds. These are proper stories. We've picked the oldest club in the world. There's a community club that's been built from scratch. There's a seaside town that have been to Wembley more times than the average League One side. And also the team that we will be starting our journey with at Park to Wembley. So, strap yourselves in, relax, like, subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay notified whenever our new videos come out. I'm Big Gaz from Park to Wembley, and this is our 10 teams to start your Park to Wembley journey with. Number 10, Edgware and Kingsbury. So, we're starting off with Edgware and Kingsbury, which is a London-based club with a long lane and a short commute to Wembley Stadium, as they are the closest club that are based to Wembley Stadium that will enter the extra preliminary rounds of this year's FA Cup. So Edgware Town and Kingsbury Town, they merged in 2014, probably because even football clubs need a bit of teamwork to survive nowadays London rents. Now, they don't have much FA Cup history to write home about, but ultimately, the story that you're wanting to be telling here is you're starting close to Wembley, you're going on a tour of the whole country before returning to the area for the grand finale of the FA Cup final. And where will you go? You could be going anywhere. Number 9, Horsham YMCA. Because it's fun to stay at there. And I promise that's the last time we're ever going to have the village people feature on this channel.
Nope.
Also, primarily because as of May 25, they're actually no longer known as Horsham YMCA. They're now known as Horsham YM. Aww. They are one of the oldest clubs entering in this round. Horsham YM were founded all the way back in 1898. In over 100 years, they've never had an FA Cup story to write home about. So maybe this could be their year with a change of name. An absolute worst case scenario, you can try and get the crowd to sing the village people. Number 8, Barnstaple Town. So Barnstaple is our pick to represent the Devon and Cornwall area. Barnstaple is the largest town in the North Devon area, and it's very closely located to some excellent seaside towns that have got some fantastic waves for bodyboarding and surfing. So as the journey is starting in August, there's probably no better place to begin your journey from a location point of view. And let's be honest, their pie and pasty selection is going to be absolutely unreal. You've got to start there. Number 7, Glossop North End. So for our next club that we're going to be talking about, we're going to have a bit of a travel up the M5 towards Derbyshire to the historic non-league club of Glossop North End. A club that used to be in the Football League all the way back in the early 20th century. In another world, Glossop would be owned by the Abu Dhabi Group and Manchester City would be slumming it in the 9th tier. But unfortunately, this isn't that world, and when the war concluded, as did Glossop's Football League position, and they have never returned since. Glossop do have a recent history of appearing at Wembley Stadium. They reached the FA Vase final twice, once in 2009 and once in 2015. It's a beautiful surrounding area. It's right in the Peak District, great place to visit. However, can be quite windy. We would definitely recommend bringing a coat. Number 6, Romford. There's only 4 words to mention here. It's only Ray Parlour. The famous words uttered by Tim Lovejoy about the FA Cup goal scored by Ray Parlour back in 2002. He's known as the Romford Pele. Now, Romford do have previous FA Cup history. They reached the quarter-finals all the way back in 1881. and they have recently won at Wembley Stadium, where they lifted the FA Vase back in 2004. So how far can they go in this season's FA Cup? Who knows? You go tell me. Number 5, Punjab United. Now, in comparison to other clubs on this list, Punjab United are a very new club, having been formed back in 2003 in Gravesend, Kent, by the local Indian community. They entered the FA Cup for the first time in 2019, and that season they also featured on the BBC in an episode of a series called Our Lives. A very, very different club to the others, just as passionate, a great starter club, and I have absolutely no doubt the food there will be out of this world. Go check them out. Number 4, Skegness Town. Skeggy! Home of sun, sea, slot machines and Skegness Town. They pull in a couple of hundred locals, holidaymakers and the occasional seagull looking for chips at their stadium. They've yet to break into the FA Cup proper, but just give them time, because every good fairground ride has a bit of a wait. With the extra preliminary round due to start in early August, just like Barnstaple Town, why not turn this journey into a summer holiday? And there may even potentially be some sort of special weekend going on at Butlins up there as well. It's got to be worth it, surely, hasn't it? Number 3, Whitley Bay. Nestled in the northeast of England, where football is as fierce as the North Sea wind, they've got FA Vase titles coming out of their ears. 4 of them in total, and all of them since the turn of the millennium as well. It's safe to say that Whitley Bay are non-league royalty and they deserve some respect. However, the FA Cup has not been as kind to them over the years. But with a few hundred loyal fans and some of the nicest coastal views in the country, this club's already got Wembley on speed dial. Why not give them a start if you're from the northeast? Number 2, Sheffield FC, the world's oldest football club, and they were founded all the way back in 1857. Based in South Yorkshire, they play their games at the home of football, and that is not Wembley Stadium. That is actually their stadium name. They are also one of only 2 recipients of the FIFA Order of Merit. The other club you might have heard of, a club from Spain called Real Madrid. Now, Sheffield FC, sadly, have never actually been to Wembley Stadium, but they have written the rules of football. So literally, if you go to their games, what that will probably mean is you'll be arguing with a Sheffield fan about the offside law, and they will probably be the ones that are right. And number 1, the club that we at Park to Wembley will be beginning our journey with this year is Nuneaton Town. A club who has even impressed Jesus with the amount of resurrections that he's had over the years. Nuneaton is going to be entering the FA Cup for the first time as its most recent iteration of the club that was formed back in 2024. Last season, Nuneaton earned promotion, and as a result, they will have the ability to enter the FA Cup from the step they're now playing in for this season. Nuneaton have a very proud history in the FA Cup, and even as recently as 2005, they had a trip to Middlesbrough after getting a 1-1 draw at home. Nuneaton now play at the Oval, and they're ground sharing with Bedworth United, as you would have seen in our second video, which I will post a link to here. And despite calling it a batch, this is the perfect club for us at Park to Wembley to be starting with, as it's one of the clubs that is closest to us. You can also join us on our journey. Make sure you like and subscribe to all of our social media platforms. You can also support us on Patreon. Any contribution towards our Patreon is massively appreciated. Thank you for watching, and we've hoped you enjoyed the list, and we're going to see you very, very soon on Park to Wembley.